Is Tesla stock going to continue crashing? Now, I do think Friday was one of the best short opportunities you were going to have as far as risk to reward is concerned. But if you don't know, basically Elon, Trump are going at it against each other. But today you had Elon delete that tweet that claimed that Trump was on the Epstein list. And that's kind of where we're at right now. You also saw Trump basically threatened Elon, saying that if he funds any Democrats, that there's going to be an issue. I retweeted that on Twitter, so you guys saw that as well. And that's really where we're at as far as news surrounding that. I'm going to spend most of the time here on the chart going over my viewpoint, where I see us going, and kind of where we're at right now. Again, this is just my personal opinion. Everything I see us moving forward throughout the course of the next few weeks, give or take. Now, before I go into that, I want to say right now, if you're interested in Discord, the link is down below. You can see how we trade, what we trade. I'm not going to spend too long on that, but yeah, you can see everything in between. The link is down below, the trades all out down there. Okay, now going into this, let's talk about what happened. Now, I want to make this very clear. Everyone, typically when a stock moves parabolic in one direction, up or down, it's not a good time to enter, okay? So basically, it's the 2-hour chart going to the 1 hour. You can see basically from, what was it, Thursday, you were kind of opened up down 317, and then you shot down towards 280, give or take, by the after hours, by the end of the day, right? And everyone was just hammering into positions here. The problem is you were paying a lot of money for those contracts because IV was juiced. For instance, if I come over here to Moomoo and I look at the options chain, you'll get a better viewpoint of what I'm talking about. So if I go into options here, we can go into something like a Tesla, and I recommend doing this. You can just kind of see if you see a stock moving abnormally, like up or down, you should go see what you're paying for, right? It's important, right? So I always recommend looking at monthly contracts. You can do whatever you want, but even if we were looking at, for instance, next week contract, we're going to use monthlies. Just it's only 2 weeks out. So 2 weeks out, you can see here. You go to your IV, which is right here, right? You just scroll down, and you can see out of the money contracts on the put side towards 280. Scroll over a little bit right here, are at 73%. You can go to Market Chameleon and see the average. You can even use that on Moomoo as well. I just don't want to spend the time pulling that up, but it's pretty juiced, right? And you're going to see that it's pretty like stable there. Like out of the money, you're still pretty high on IV the further out you go. So you're not really getting any value when you're doing that. Now, and this was much higher on Thursday than it was on Friday. Friday had a little bit more stability, but it's important to know. So you weren't getting any value. So, Friday rolls around and you kind of move up. And I think this is like a major question: was this just a, was this a buy the news type event here, right? You dip, buy the dip, you're going to go back up. Now, this is my personal opinion on Tesla, what's happening around Tesla, and everything moving forward from this. I think that Tesla is the outlook for growth, the outlook for the stock going up. The bull outlook was Elon and Trump. That was it, in my opinion, because I thought that would give Elon a gateway into expediting some of his softwares as far as AI driving, etc. But now I have a competition like Waymo stepping in, and they're doing really good. It's kind of not getting enough light, in my opinion, out there in California. But there's real competition now as far as technology is concerned. Do I still think Tesla is awesome long term? Yes, but I think this kills the short term, in my opinion. At least if this sticks, right? If they still stay enemies, which it seems like it's all real, right? So important to understand that. Now, as far as the technical viewpoint here, this yellow line is your 200 daily moving average. And I think, and I was telling Jordan this, I wasn't at my desk near the end of the day or like even the middle of the day. I was done trading by like 11 o'clock on Friday. Thursday, Friday were awesome early on days. If you're in Discord, but that's where I was just gone. You came to your 200, you rejected at 305, and then you kind of just sat there at the VWAP for basically, the remainder of the day until power hour, right? You sit there and power hour, you drop. And that's kind of what happened. Now, I think this tells us a lot. You had a key level at 300 as well, but if you start breaking below 294, you have nothing. But what does this tell me? Number one, you're rejecting where sellers most likely were going to reject you. Buyers pushed you up, you had a bounce, cool, and then you did nothing. Now, this is where buyers did nothing. You got to your VWAP and you sat there from 10:30 till 2 o'clock. You did nothing. No buyers could move you, the end. And then eventually you drop, right? Now, you didn't get the big drop. You didn't collapse, nothing crazy like that. But you're still seeing sellers start to try to take advantage. And if you start losing 294, 293, I think personally you drop down to 284 to 283 in a hurry, like quick, easy. There's not a lot of liquidity. And then you take another step back. And then you start getting back into this giant range of this could be like hell, right? You don't want to get back in this range. So I'm going to say it right now. between 260 and like 220. I mean, that's your hell range. You don't want to see that. So we'll see what happens. So downside into 270 seems pretty likely if you get under 294. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay. So what you're looking at, what you're watching for. So from a technical viewpoint, I don't like it. Now, where would I become a buyer of Tesla? Where I think, okay, this, I'm wrong. This, buying is back. Technically speaking, you look good. Above the 200 SMA. Above the 200 SMA, you could easily push back into 315, back into 330. Again, this whole move was very illiquid. So the opportunity to go long, you don't need to get in down here. That's what I'm trying to say. If you get above the 200 SMA and hold, you have clear-cut targets to the upside. 310, easy. 315, another easy level. After that, massive gap back into 330, easy. So you start to see those illiquid areas. And it's what I always say, is put yourself in that position to win. And put yourself in that position to win easy, right? You don't want to have to be in a trade where you're sweating and you're watching it and it's grinding back and forth. It's choppy. You don't want to spend time doing that. And that's what it's going to be. The upside here, if you're going to get upside on Tesla, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be ugly. Ranging here won't be easy. It won't be fast. It's not going to be easy. Where it will be easy is when you mount the 200 SMA. You get above the 200 SMA, you're going to move quick. It'll be like butter. You'll just cut right through it. It'll be nice. That's the action you want to take advantage of. Sorry if you hear my son in the back, but that's where you want to take advantage of it. So that's what I'm looking at there, what I'd be watching, and really what's happening with Tesla. Again, if you're trading Tesla contracts, my personal opinion, what I'd be looking at, a week out, personal. You can do whatever you want. That's what I'd be looking at. Going to June 20th. Later on, be looking more towards July. July would probably be a better bet, but June 20th is what I'd be looking at going into this week. You can still make money on these contracts up or down. What I was looking at was the 290s, and again, they are moving good. So giving you a perspective of how good these contracts do move. Near 10 o'clock, give or take, right? Let me make sure. I want to double check, right? They were right about... So yeah, I want to just double check really quick. Yeah, you can see they were like $11, $10. And then near power hour, they start to pick up, and then boom, you start going, you push in towards almost 14, like almost 40% move. That's good. Those contracts are still moving good. 2 weeks out, you're not super at risk, and low of the day kind of settled there as well. So again, what I'd be looking at, what I'd be watching, especially in the options contract side of things. If you want to go more dated, you see a really big move out there, and you think we're going to really start dropping, I would go more towards July 18th. Personally speaking, do what you want. You're going to pay a little bit of a premium. I go further out of the money. That's how I look at it. The IV on these are still pretty high as well, though. So things you have to consider. If you start stagnating, it's gonna hurt your contracts. You need to get quicker movement on a name like Tesla right now. So again, if you're looking to get aggressive, that's how your brain has to work on these types of names, and that's really what I'll be watching. Also, too, guys, if you are interested, I recommend that you follow on Twitter. I've been a little bit inactive over the past few weeks, but I've been coming back. I've been posting a lot recently. I'm definitely trying to get more. I took a little bit of a break, but now we're back getting the updates there for you on Tesla. So I'll have more charts, things like that coming out. And the news is always posted there as well. Again, like I mentioned, the Discord link is down below. You can see what we trade, how we trade, all the setups throughout the day, throughout the week, everything that we're doing, me and Jordan. We're live as well every morning on WAP. So make sure you take advantage if you're interested. The link is down below. Have a good one, traders.